Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Talk with Casey and Mike. We appreciate you guys joining us. It's always a good week when I can see my best friend Casey and be able to talk to you guys online. So today, the topic we're going to talk about is keeping the flame alive in marriages. So where do I start with this? First, let's be honest about this. I'm in my 50s. Casey is because you're 50.
Yeah, I'll be 52 this year.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Cause I didn't. Okay, all right, we'll talk about that later. I didn't know. I didn't. Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
I said that for a reason because when we're young and we're in our 20s and you're in your 30s and 40, even 40s, um, things are different when you hit a certain age. You start getting those 40s and 50s. And so when people say keep the flame going in the marriage, most people automatically go, oh, sex. Intimacy is sex. And so as long as the sex is good, well, intimacy has very little to do with sex. It has very little to do with, let's go in the bedroom and do whatever. Intimacy is much more than that. It is having a relationship with your spouse, being able to talk with them, like when you enjoy being around them, being able to have a conversation with them. I'm gonna take a little side note. So
Mhm.
men and women too, who are let's say 60, 70, and they marry someone who's in their 30s, 20s or 30s. I understand the sexual attraction or whatever, but like, what do you do other than that? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? And don't get me wrong, I know there are plenty of relationships out there that work. I'm just trying to figure out because the topics, the things that you pay attention to is so vast and it's so far out there. Like what are you talking about? Because intimacy has a lot to do with communication.
Right.
Um, and I'm not trying to take away, hey, you stop doing it at a certain. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, it has to be more than that because you get up in age, and I'm not going to embarrass you because junk
Go
start
ahead.
being different. I'm going to get in trouble. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble with this. I know it. And sweetie, I am sorry. So when menopause come, right, and premenopause, and a man get older, he start having some erectile dysfunction, and then maybe she's a little drier than usual because of menopause, and so you got to do some things to make it work. And there are things to make it
Let me
work.
pause you.
Okay.
If anybody is in here that's never been in here, this is normal. Mike gonna talk about sex. All right. Side note. Go ahead.
All righty. So again, I know I'm talking about sex, but what I'm saying is it's not just that because our bodies change. And so you have to start, and don't get me wrong, they have lotions and different things to help things, out. But what I'm saying is it is different than when you're in your 20s and 40s. So the main topic is going to be about intimacy. But what I'm trying to say is it's not just physical, whatever. Because my wife and I, this is what we do.
Wait.
No, 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 no,
Okay. Okay.
no, no, no. You see a shoe come here and hit me. So what my wife and
Just making sure.
my
I'm
wife
looking
and
out for
I,
sis.
what we do is about 4 or 5 times a week, we go on little dates, and the dates are in the garage. People think that we probably just the most country. We will open our garage and we will go out there and sit in our chairs and we just talk. We just talk. And people passing by know us. I get to figure that's that old couple or whatever. And we just sit and we talk. We talk about everything. And don't get me wrong, there is nobody that gossip more than a man and his wife. So we sit there and we talk about everything. And you'll be like, if you guys do that 4 or 5 times or you run out of things to talk about. We don't. I mean, we talk about silly stuff, and so I'm. It feels like I'm talking a lot, and I'm gonna keep myself out of trouble. But what is intimacy is going out. We call them dates. We go outside. It's a garage date, or my wife has a bird feeder. We go out there and we look at the birds and rabbits and all this stuff. So intimacy has a lot to do with that, being able to communicate and be with one another in other ways. Hit it, cuz I'm sorry.
Just knowing one another, taking the time to continue to learn one another, because we all change, we all age, and we grow, and we have different things that we like than when we were older. I mean, when we were younger. So just making sure that you're not changing without the other person knowing. Like when you pour so much into either hobbies or your job or friends or the children, then you get to that age, that those years when it's just you and your spouse, and you don't really know each other, which that means there's a lack of intimacy. So that together time that you talked about, that's crucial in every relationship, every marriage. You have to spend that time together. You have to, and I don't think a relationship or spouse, husband and wife will ever run out of things to talk about. They may choose not to talk. Which directly kills intimacy, because communication, it should always be about God, growth, and goals.
I'm sorry. No, you're right, but hold on. My mama calling me, so I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna talk to my mama real quick, so I'm probably in trouble. Hold on one second. Hey, mama.
Yeah.
I'm good. You doing all right?
Lord.
No, ma'am. We on the show, and you know me. I'm always talking about sex and stuff. That's what I thought you was calling about.
Yo, this normal.
Not this time.
This normal. Lord, yeah.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's rainy, but me and Casey in the middle of the show, and I thought you was calling to yell at me about what I've been talking about. But yeah. So Aunt Cal will probably call you and tell you about it. Love you, mama. Bye. I know that's not a good show, but y'all, I ain't lying. My mama, that's where I get this stuff from. My mama talked to me about everything. And so I talk about everything. I'm sorry, cuz she was making a good point. I'll get to that later.
No, I forgot it. I forgot whatever point I was making.
Okay, I'm gonna finish my thought. Look. Okay. So I know we grew up in the church, and I know, but the things that we talk about it's part of life. And y'all, my mom used to talk to me about stuff. And first I was like, why are you talking to me about this? That's gross. I don't want to know those things. But she taught me how to feel free enough. Wait. Hey, okay.
Stop. Hang up. You know what?
Okay, I'm in trouble. I'm Casey yelling at me, mama. Yes, ma'am, I did. But when the show over, you can call and yell at me. Whatever you want, Cal. Nah. Okay. All right. So what I was saying.
So your mama and my mama strong arm in the show tonight? They're taking the podcast. What's happening right now? You know what? She ain't called me because she know I wouldn't answer. Not why they call you.
Okay, I know I'll answer her phone. That's my aunt. I have to answer her phone.
I know if she needs something, she know so she gonna call my wife. So oh boy. I don't even know if we need to.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
You know what? You said something earlier. We'll come back to that. But we got into discussion this week, me and some other gentlemen, about the older males with the younger ladies. Now you said like 70s down 20, and I won't give the specific ages because whoever the discussion was about, I don't want them to, but I would say anywhere from 15 to 20-year age difference. And the discussion was how a father accepts that when his daughter is.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you what my take was.
Okay.
My take on it was initially, and I got 3 daughters and all of them married, and I'm thankful for them and their husbands. So I'm not concerned with this. But my initial thought was, as a father, I would initially be bothered. And let's just say the ages are, let's say 25 and 40. Let's just say that 25 and 40. I don't think that's an incredible age gap. When you say 25 and 50, that's even more.
What about
that? Would it flip? I feel the same. I would feel like what is it that you want out of this relationship? I mean, that wouldn't be my question to ask if they're adults. Now, I would certainly be frowning upon it if they were 18, 19, 20, 21, and somebody that age. But 25, I mean, you got a mind of your own. I would still have questions. I don't know if I would, have a hard no, simply because I think it's all based upon the maturity. I think it's based upon a whole lot of things that are outside of just the age. So it's something as a father I wouldn't like it initially. I wouldn't say that I won't accept it. But to me, it depends on the gentleman. It all depends on the gentleman, because he could be 45 and established, got it. I hope 45. He's established, got his own, got his home, got a good job. He treats her with love and respect. In those stages, I could, even if I'm uneasy, I could accept it along the way. Now, 45-year-old come around trying to act like 25-year-old, I'm gonna have a problem with that.
Okay, so that was my point. I was getting ready to. Actually, it was the reverse of that, because your 25 and my 25, and I'm making a general a deal. Things are different. The 25 and 30 now is different than our 25 and 30, and the reason I say that is because now our parents grew up faster than we did. At 25 and 30, you and I were in different. We had kids and the whole deal.
Yeah.
A lot of the kids who are 25 and 30, it's almost like they're like 5 to 10 years back. Not all of them.
That's a good observation.
But a lot of them are. So for me, if a 40-year-old come and talk to my 25-year-old daughter today, I would have a lot of concerns, because I don't think the maturity factor in a 25 to whatever 30 is different than when we were. And of course, my parents' 25 and 30 was different than what I was. But I'd be concerned. And so when we go back to intimacy, I still have questions if my daughter was 25, 30 and 45 and 50, because to me, either my child is going to have to be super mature or that person is going to be immature. And again, I'm making general statements. And so if he come to my, oh man, this isn't like my daughter's 25 and she brought on a 28-year-old. Okay, y'all both, whatever y'all are. This dude is going to be up under all kinds of scrutiny. I mean, I'm not going to question a 28-year-old like I'm going to question a 45-year-old, because we going to talk.
And our minds initially is going to be natural fathers. Like your mind going to be, hold on, you're 40, she's 25. That means you was 15 when my daughter was born. Yes. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Yeah. We pump the brakes. Yeah. Pump the brakes. Yeah. But she's 25 now. Yeah. She's 25 now. I would not be for it, but I wouldn't have a hard block where it's like, no, that ain't happening. Because if you do that and your daughter really loves him, then you
then you
close
just
the
messed up.
door on your daughter
That's
or your
right. Or
son.
grandkids.
We could say a 40-year-old
Right.
woman, and and we tend to look at that like, well, that's my
Yeah,
son,
that's the
my,
chauvinistic
my,
part of it.
my
Yeah, yeah,
son,
yeah.
nah, we still, it's some concern as to why someone of that age
Yes.
would would be seeking a companion so much younger. Now, I will say this: there are 40, 45-year-olds that you would never know they 40, 45 unless they
That is
told you.
very true. That's very true.
So, they could establish a relationship
Yep.
with one of our kids, and
Yep.
our kids may not know how old they truly are until they've already connected, and
Very
there's some
true.
interest there.
Very
So there's a lot of barriers to that thing, but
Yeah.
as a father, I would not like it. There will be a
Yeah.
serious discussion, and you know what kind of discussion I'm gonna have.
I do. I do.
So it would be very concerning, but I would think I would have to look at the heart and soul of my daughter. Are you happy?
You got to know your kids.
You got to know your kids.
Absolutely.
You have to know and be able to discern, is she different around us when she's with him? Like I want my kids to be who they are wherever they are, not be a chameleon. Don't jump on a brown branch and be brown.
Yeah.
Don't jump on the grass and now you're green. Like be who you are no matter what's happening around you.
Right.
So as a father, I think it's our job to know our children well enough to know, okay, all right. He treating it with respect. I'm gonna have to see this a whole lot more before there's
Right.
any there's any release from me. Like she grown, I can't tell her what to do.
Right.
But I can.
And you're right. And I didn't interrupt you like that. But you're right. But when they get into these relationships, just like you and I have our wives, and it is that intimacy that we have with our wives, it can't just be judged just by age, but it has a lot to do with those things because of the experiences the things that we've experienced in life. Because when I'm talking to some of my nieces and my nephews, and they're talking about their jobs, about this and that, and I'm like, well, what's going on? And what they're talking about means that it's like you haven't gone through anything. You just doing this. You just doing this.
Right. So
if I come and I'm telling about, I've gone through these things, I had to experience this, and my 25, 30, 40-year-old girlfriend or mate is viewing it in a totally different view, then it feels like, well, I'm having to teach you. I'm having to teach you because, okay, yes, the bedroom is fire. It is fire. But then you go take a shower, and then we go sit in the living room, and we sitting there talking, and you want to look at Love Island, and I'm like, I'm not watching this. And then and being very general, I understand we're being general, but I think there is so much that is based off of a mental deal that again, she has to be super mature, because if she's 30 years old and she's super mature and he's 45, I guess you could still be mature. I guess you could.
You could. There would just be a lot of question. There would be a lot of concern as to why you chose someone this much younger than you. Like, isn't there anyone 40, 38 that you could want to talk to? I mean, there's a lot of women in the world. I mean, why you had to come, looking for this one? So
very true. That is very, very true. And Tanya just brought up a good thing. Sometimes the young woman dating a man twice her age is looking for a father figure. Sometimes, but this is going to be sexist. I understand that, and y'all forgive me. Love y'all, but this is what's getting ready to go on. Okay, I believe that some women, not all, are looking for some kind of security, and so if you are 40 or 45 and I'm 30 and I'm taken care of because you've been on your job for 20 years or 15, whatever years, and you've been doing this, there's a sense of, you can say father figure, you can say different things, but there's a sense of security in that, because I'm willing to put up with all your whatever, because
right.
I'm gonna be good. Now,
I
when
was
you
laughing at. I'm sorry, I was laughing at Charity's comment. She trying to get something off her chest tonight. But no, but I don't think that's a sexist comment at all, because why wouldn't a woman want to seek security? Security and protection, and that affection, and just the overall desire from a man. Like, why not? Why not? Like, we are supposed to be the leaders. So I think I wouldn't say it's sexist. I ain't saying your comment was wrong at all. I'm just saying I wouldn't, if I was a woman, I would hope they wouldn't receive that as a sexist statement.
okay, I
So
hope not. I hope not. But that's the world, and I'm getting ready to go taboo here. This is taboo. I understand, because 60 years ago, you had old men dating young women. That was, to me,
yeah,
they'll
all the
be like,
time,
what? No,
all the
the
time.
times are different. Okay, but very seldom did you have an older woman dating a younger man back then, because of societal norm. That was a societal norm. And in other countries, you still have it. So far be it from me to judge. I guess like arranged marriages, like in Indian, and I think in Africa they have those things where
Yeah,
they do something to their younger, they marry their younger person off to this older man. I'll be honest with you, it kind of creeps me out a little bit because of those things. But they get married for different reasons than we
yeah,
do.
absolutely.
We get married because I want to love, and I want to do whatever, and that's not always. Oh, I know it's coming. That's not always just what it's about. It's
Right.
about, sometimes it's about securing a family, whatever, and you go on and
Yeah,
on and on. I wouldn't want my daughters to do it, and I'm grateful that I live here, and I am, and that my daughter married someone that she loved, and so on and so forth. But we have to be careful with this mindset that we have sometimes, because everyone like, oh, America's the
right,
best.
nephew.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
different countries have different ways of doing things. And so I think when we talk about intimacy here, and we're talking about a meeting of the minds and want to be comfortable and want to do this, that's a luxury.
yeah, for
It's
sure.
kind of a luxury here. In other parts of the world, they're like, look, I just need her to produce some heirs for me. Here are some,
Yeah,
here, tell your daddy he can have these goats
yeah.
and this land. I just need you to produce for me. And
You're absolutely right. In other cultures, it ain't about how you look, it ain't about how we feel. It's
yep,
about what's best for the next generation.
yep,
It's about what our family think is best. It's a lot of business deals in a lot of cultures. And that happens here too, but it happens on a lesser a less serious realm. When you talk about a business deal, you got a woman who got a degree and something, and the husband got a degree in something that kind of lines up. They don't
right,
even be in love or whatever. They just,
right.
hey, we can build a business together. Not build a
That
life. We
a
can build a
business.
great business together. So that happens a lot, and it's just I feel like we kind of bamboozled the people with our title tonight, though.
We
We
did,
said,
and we apologize. We went way left on this, and like,
look. We can give a little nugget. Never stop dating. Never stop
yes,
pursuing.
that's right,
Never stop respecting.
right.
Never ever stop trying to be better as a husband or a wife. If you can
That's
do
right.
those things, if you never stop, you never get you let me say this. You will get tired. You will get
Absolutely,
tired of being men.
absolutely,
A lot of men, our thing is we will get tired of being the initiator. You'll get tired of it.
absolutely,
You'll get sick and
absolutely.
tired of it. But your spouse, your wife will also get sick and tired of you thinking that you come in 5 o'clock and we supposed to be in bed at 5:30, and you ain't said nothing sweet to me all day. You ain't text, you ain't call, you ain't check, you ain't did none of that. So those are things that we have to hold on to. Men, I know we're driven by sight, and we're right now type, you know. But
You
women like them old classic cars in a good way, in a good way. You remember how them classic cars, you had to pump the gas, and you know get it ready. You may have to turn the key a couple of times, but when it start, and you, I mean, let's just be. I know you ain't wiping your forehead as much as you talk about sex.
Okay, I have to say this. You started what I'm getting ready to say. You said this, okay? You said this. You said about men always initiating. Oh,
yeah. Most of the time. Most of the time.
Oh, absolutely, most of the time. And so,
Lord, I think we just saw the same comment at the same time.
So, no, this is what I'm getting ready to say. All right, Tanya, I know you hear me. Sweetie, I love you. I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about people in general. Look, when we get older and, things start happening to our bodies and so on and so forth, women's bodies change more than men. Now, men, the reason it's different for us, we can take a pill or do whatever and bam, we're there. I know that things are a little different for women and you have to, get revved up or whatever. And so the thing is, when it comes to women, when we become a certain age and we don't always know how you're feeling, in that area. And I'm talking about, your area. And so it becomes difficult for men when they tend to, let's do it. We have to wait for you to initiate when your body is ready to do it, but you can't be scared to initiate, because if you don't initiate, what's going to happen? Because it's like, no, we can't do it tonight because, I'm a little drier down there than usual. And so it's like, okay, well, no problem. And so you have to tell us when you're ready. And therefore, that whole deal of you initiating is men like that. I mean, men like that. See, Casey, you started it. Men like it. They do. And so what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, when you've been married and you've been together with someone for that long, there should be very few secrets. There should be no secret. It's like,
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But you got to start talking about being dry,
But there are no other things, or a headache.
Lord have mercy. I think.
Sorry, baby. She said on podcast.
I feel like we just have to stay in tune. Nephew, you're right. It does. I'm sure a lot of men are discouraged by having to initiate, but that's a two-sided coin. We got to do better. We got to do better. God knows us better than anybody because He's our creator. And the Scripture tells the man to love his wife. It tells the wife to be submissive and respectful. And I think when you really care for one another, and I believe it doesn't say love other than one place in Scripture for the wife to love her husband. I believe he was strategic in that, because submissiveness and respect is the type of love that a man needs. Like, if you're talking about, I've seen so many relationships where a man may be having, a conversation with another man or another couple, and he says something and the wife corrects him in front of everybody.
I think
that is not submissiveness. That is not respect. Like, I'm sorry. Your husband will have to answer for his lie. It's not your place to tell everybody at the table that, baby, that ain't how that happened. Well, I ain't asking you to co-sign what I'm saying, but you can, like, chill. You ain't got to. Maybe it's not how you remembered it, but I see that a lot where a husband is not kind. He doesn't. I've been in different spaces where I see a husband get out and he's 30 paces ahead of his wife walking to the store. Like, wow. I mean, I don't know what they went through. That could be something that happened that moment, and they may be a fairly loving couple. But you know what? We always got to be mindful of our spouse.
Absolutely.
We always got to be mindful of how we're treating them.
That's right.
And that means in a sexual capacity, in an intimate capacity, in a well-being capacity, in a financial capacity. We always have to be, you never want to disconnect to a point where they're no longer a concern.
Absolutely.
no longer a concern. Because
Absolutely.
when the brothers want to do what brothers want to do, and women want it too, but we just want it more frequently. You know, that's just overall for every man on the face of the earth, I believe. I mean, there may be some women out there with some other kind of hormones going on, but we're talking about the ones that are the norm.
Yeah.
Brothers got to do a little work. We got to do a little work, man.
Absolutely.
We got to do a little work.
Because it's mental. A lot of it is mental. And I know we're over the time.
Everything is mental. Everything is mental.
Because intimacy, and we're just talking about the bedroom, it's not just going in there and doing something. You have to go throughout the day telling your wife how beautiful she is and talking to them and making them feel comfortable. And not just when you want some. I'm talking about all the time, because this is your spouse. Yeah. This is someone you're going to be with until God takes you home. And so what you want to do is make them feel loved, make them feel wanted all the time. And that should go.
You don't lie. Don't lie, and don't overdo it because you know what you want later. Just be kind about it. Be kind about it. You know, sometimes we think about our significant others and our spouses, and we don't say anything. You know, once they cross your mind, check in.
Yeah. That's right.
How you doing? I'm just checking in to see how you doing. You know, I don't want nothing, don't need nothing. I ain't asking you to call me back. But you know, again, man, it's been good. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I'm in so much trouble. I love you guys. Aunt Cal, I'm gonna call you back as soon as my wife is done with me. I love all of you guys, and you all take care.
It's been a great week again. Let's talk with Casey and Mike. Y'all join us next week if thus saith the Lord. Thank everybody who tuned in and dropped your nuggets as well. Peace.